What is the most precious thing in this world? Many people will say knowledge. In Hinduism too, knowledge is considered the purest and most precious thing to pursue in life. And goddess Sarasvati embodies knowledge in Hinduism. She, in her stainless white clothes with her white complexion and on her vehicle the white swan, symbolizes holy and pure knowledge. Among the three supreme goddesses, she represents Sattvikta. But the moment we step out from the Vedic sphere, all of these molds break down. In the tantric realm, the goddess of knowledge exists in a completely different form. Matangi, the ninth of Das Mahavidyas. The dark emerald colored complexion, three eyes, extremely beautiful and sensuous face, holding a human skull and a sword in her hands along with the veena, the same instrument that adorns goddess Saraswati's hands. But instead of swans, parrots are goddess Matangi's companions. She holds a crescent moon on her forehead, smiling beautifully. And most interestingly, unlike Vedic Saraswati, who embodies purity and Sattvikta, Mata Matangi only accepts leftover, partially eaten or polluted food from her devotees. Even though it sounds a little odd, all of her attributes hold deep significance. Devi Matangi is the goddess of inner wisdom, thoughts and speech. Residing in our throat chakra, she controls our creative abilities and awareness. Anybody who pleases her excels in fields of speech, music, knowledge and arts. They gain mastery over secret knowledge of the cosmos. So her field of knowledge is a bit different from that of the Vedic Saraswati. She grants supernatural power to her devotees. It is believed that being the goddess of inner wisdom and awareness, she enables her devotees to control their enemies' minds and thoughts. Goddess Saraswati is the embodiment of Sattvikta and purity. Devi Matangi breaks this mold of purity. She is the goddess of deep inner wisdom. At the same time, she only accepts partially eaten food from her devotees. She is the only form of divine that demands the leftover of the devotees. It shows humans and all other living things are nothing but divine. Every creature should be treated respectfully. She is also known as Ucchista Matangi or Ucchista Chandali. There is a story about her origin. According to Shakti Samagama Tantra, once Lord Vishnu and Devi Lakshmi visited Kailash. They were welcomed by Lord Shiva and Devi Parvati with fine food. Some drops of that food fell on earth while eating, from which Devi Matangi emerged. As I said already, she breaks the mold in every possible way. There was a time when people from the so-called upper caste backgrounds had more access to knowledge as well as to religious rituals. Goddess Matangi herself represents the so-called lower caste people or outcasts of our society. For example, those who perform very noble duties but don't get respect and recognition accordingly. She represents them. So one of the Mahavidyas, one form of the Supreme Mother, is actually known as Ucchista Chandali. What can we call it? Inclusivity? Goddess Matangi is equally accessible to people from all socio-cultural backgrounds. Her green complexion represents nature because nature is the ultimate source of knowledge and information, and it is nature where everything gets dissolved. She is closely linked to the forest and tribal communities. Nanayavarta Tantra depicts her as a goddess who dwells and walks in the forest. She is surrounded by parrots, as parrots represent the ability to speak. Goddess Matangi herself is the Guru, the spiritual guide of our thoughts. Living in the throat chakra, she generates our thoughts and controls our words. In other words, our communication skills. So people that intend on teaching others should seek her blessings. Devi Matangi is the consort of Lord Matang, a form of Lord Shiva. She is also the goddess of a beautiful and happy marital bond and materialistic comfort. She makes householders' life comfortable and prosperous. As per Pranotoshini Tantra, once Parvati left Kailash and went to her paternal home. Shiva asked Parvati to return as early as possible. When Parvati didn't return for a while, Shiva decided to get her to Kailash. He also decided to test Parvati's faithfulness. So, he disguised himself as an ornament seller and approached his wife. Parvati, on the other hand, recognized her husband through her yogic power and decided to go along with his drama. She asked that ornament seller, Mahadev, to meet her in a secluded place. Parvati met Mahadev in the form of Matangi. So Matangi is a goddess of marital bliss. In a way, she is quite opposite to the Dhumavati form of the goddess, who represents widowhood or a lonely spiritual journey. Along with the Ucchista Chandalini form, Devi Matangi appears in another very popular form, Rajmatangi, in which she plays the veena. This royal form of her is softer and more benign compared to the Ucchista Matangi. This form of Devi Matangi was the minister of Lalita Tripura Sundari, another form of the goddess, while she was fighting Bhandasur. So we can say her knowledge and intelligence distinguish her from the rest of the Mahavidyas, who also obviously represent several other aspects of nature. Mata Rajmatangi is worshipped in Madurai as Meenakshi Devi. So we can conclude that the divine can manifest himself or herself in any form. The divine is everywhere. Everything that comes naturally is divine. Hope you liked this video, then please do like and subscribe and press the bell icon. Also leave a comment. See you soon.